Welcome to another update from the Force 13. It's Australia Oceania channel where we have a look at the developing tropical scene over there in the South Indian Ocean for Friday the 24th of November. Currently on the screen is a look at some NOAA floaters. And the area of interest to the west of 95S has been tagged. It is now 96S. And sea surface temperature is a very healthy 30 degrees Celsius. This is the latest from the tropical cyclone development potential joint typhoon warning center. And 96S. An area convection has persisted near 4.2 degrees south, 93.6 degrees east, approximately 522 nautical miles west-southwest of Sumatra. Maximum sustained winds estimated at 15 to 20 knots. And as mentioned, sea surface temperature is 29-30 degrees Celsius. So 96S is now on the radar, and here's the latest 850 millibar vorticity, and both systems appear to be developing, but for 95S, which is the one east, it's still struggling. The deep layer wind shear, and the picture is improving on the wind shear, the side of it. Now here's the latest wind shear, and the environment is pretty good. I like to see the upper level divergence a little bit stronger, up around 30 to 40 knots. This is the tropical cyclone formation probability guide, and there's another tropical signal in the Westpac that has come on the scene over the last 4 hours. Now we look at Invest 96S, some of the tracks. This information is available on the Tropical Tidbits website, owned and operated by Levi Cowan. And when it comes to weather models, the information does change. And what does one say about this possible track? Now 96S is located 4.5 degrees south, 95.4 degrees east. Maximum winds remains on the at 20 knots. Central pressure 1007 millibars. The latest Bureau of Meteorology's total forecast of rain, and you can definitely see how the picture is changing up there in the top left hand side of the screen. Now each of these images are in different time periods. And it looks like it's the Northern Territory, West Coast Tasmania, but The picture continues to develop. 95S is 10 decimal 3 degrees south, 111 decimal 3 degrees east. Maximum winds remain 20 knots. Central pressure also remains 1005 millibars. That's the latest. Now we have a look at the life of 95S so far. It's a storm relative 16 kilometre microwave based total precipitable water imagery. And the scales at the bottom of the screen. Now we have a look at Invest 95S. The previous one was 96. And I'm lending support towards a southerly track for both systems. Storm relative 16 kilometre geostationary water vapour. And the scales at the bottom of the screen. Now we turn to a couple of models for pressure and wind speed in knots. First is the GFS, and look at those possible low pressure systems. But we're looking at 96S. We could see one come on the radar in the North Indian Ocean. Now this is the CMC, or actually the GEM, I think it is the CMC one. And are we going to see down here in the southern hemisphere a very active season compared to what we saw up there in the northern hemisphere? And as mentioned previously, information is indicating 10 tropical cyclones for the Pacific region. Now we look at the Himawari 8 satellite view of the western region. The GFS total accumulated precipitation out to 380 hours. And the scale is on the right hand side of the screen and it is in millimetres. And again, the area in yellow. Now we have a look at the Southwest Pacific region. It's the Himawari 8 satellite. I'm also keeping my eyes on the area west of New Caledonia, and we look at the GFS total accumulated precipitation. And you can note the precipitation to the southwest of New Caledonia. But again, it's the east coast of Australia. The Himawari 8 Papua New Guinea view. couple of model tracks, CMC, for the South Indian Ocean. I'm not sure whether it's 95 or 96. And the NCEP, they have it turning into a tropical cyclone. And finally, and this is a little bit sluggish, look at one or two weather models available on the windy.com website across the next couple of days. Force 13's Australian Oceania channel will continue to bring updated information re the developing tropical scene. So are we going to see two tropical cyclones at the same time, or is 96S going to become the dominant one and 95S fading away?